Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, leader. Thank you for tuning in to the Fierce Factor podcast. Welcome back. It is your host, Kaylee here, and I can hardly believe I'm actually recording one of the last few episodes of 2023. Today, as I record this, I'm just one day away from shutting down the business for a week, and hallelujah. I love you, business, but I just can't help but think about what it means to be able to really unplug and enjoy the holiday time, knowing that my business will continue to generate revenue while every single one of my employees gets to celebrate their wins for the year, immerse themselves in family time with loved ones, indulge in some sweets, and go to some parties and get some gifts and all the things. I feel like we as business owners are intrinsically built on one mode, the go mode. I joked on a couple client calls today about how brain dead we all feel from so much stimulation and action this time of year. And I've really had to double down on my own quiet time at night and skip some of my favorite Bravo guilty pleasures in exchange for a good book and some soft music, just to unwind a little bit more than usual. But truthfully, Team KLC has been on fire over the past 6 months. We have had some really incredible game-changing initiatives that are planned for 2024. And I'm so proud of our team for absolutely crushing it this year. And I'm proud of myself for making some very out of my comfort zone, game-changing investments that will come to fruition next year. And I'm proud of us for living by the standards by which we advise our clients, which is to not settle for good. We are in constant pursuit of up-leveling in every way, even if that doesn't look or feel sexy. For example, shutting down our Confidence to Scale program that has truly been best in class and has been a huge asset for creating transformative impact for our clients. The program has been our company's third largest revenue stream and has given the opportunity to vet clients before we commit to a full year with them. So we've been really able to cultivate an academy that's full of high impact women who we know are a genuine pleasure to work with. And that's been invaluable. But my gut has been telling me that there is more for us. And I'll be sharing some big news with you in the coming weeks on our new direction that I wholeheartedly believe will bring massive value, even beyond our impact in aesthetics and wellness. For someone like me, and I'll be willing to bet you and I are a lot alike, we need to remember to ground ourselves and sometimes reflect on why we do what we do. I hosted a mastermind call with our Academy Level 2 clients last night. These are women scaling up through team and expanding. And I asked them what they were focused on for personal growth. And I often ask this question because I think we're so programmed to think about business growth. But what about us as people? We also need to keep ourselves sharp and growing as individuals. And so this past year, I worked with a public speaking coach, a life coach, personal trainer, all the things. And now I'm really diving into exploring my spirituality and my walk with God. And next year I may learn a new language or instrument, who knows? It's the diversity and curiosity of life that keeps me feeling alive and engaged. And it was really interesting to hear what everyone had to say. And in particular, several women talking about gratitude, journaling, and reflection practices. And one of our clients talked about creating a vision board for the life she already has. And I have to tell you that that one stopped me because as I've been on this spiritual journey as of late, the one thing that I'm working to put into practice is really living in the moment, settling into the now of life. of the abundance that I already have. I've learned that it is a sufficiency mindset that attracts abundance. So longing for more isn't actually a practice of abundance. It's a practice of insufficiency or lack, putting out a message that we are needy or clingy or desperate for more. So what if you created a vision board of your life today? What would it say? I started to think about what my vision board would look like. It would have images of a gorgeous family, meaningful relationships, more than enough money and things, and a fit and healthy body. I mean, how lucky am I? Last week, we wrapped up our final CTS class, and by tradition, we always take our final certification session to share around the virtual room about our biggest lessons learned through the 6 weeks and our first next big step to implement. And one of our students said one of the most simple yet profound statements I've ever heard. She said, "I'm getting back to the basics." A sentence that felt so pure and easy, yet I knew it was riddled with so much emotional and strategic complexity, right? Because the reality is, getting back to the basics is not basic at all. It means cutting excess. It means changing course. It means rewinding and rebuilding. It means rewiring our minds. It means saying no to opportunities, and it means pushing out of our comfort zone. I began to think about what back to the basics would mean in different areas of my life. Back to that vision board, right? Maybe saying please and thank you to my husband and kids more often, smiling at strangers in the grocery store, striking up a conversation in the elevator. How about that one? Making a phone call instead of sending a text, writing a handwritten letter instead of an email, walking to the pharmacy instead of driving 2 minutes down the street, or perusing Target instead of ordering curbside pickup or just Amazon delivery. Getting back to the basics would mean getting refocused on who I am and indulging in that reality versus rushing to the next thing or adding more. It sounds so straightforward, yet it feels so taxing when I say it. Why? Is it because of our one mode, go? I believe that the more successful we become, the more we expect of ourselves and others. And the more susceptible we become to falling into that insufficiency mindset, longing for more. Think of your goals from 5 years ago. I'll bet it's mind-blowing how far you've come, right? What you've accomplished, probably things you never even thought were possible for you. Yet I talk to women who are making their first million and they're elated, proud, celebratory, generous, playful, eager, and optimistic. But a few short years later, that same woman might be working toward 5 million or 10 million, and she begins to feel stress, obligation, heaviness, and burden. Suddenly she has fear. She has fear of loss. What a mind game. That woman was just as happy when she was generating 1 million. Probably happier. But if she only had 1 million today, she would need more than therapy. You see, it's the basics that remind us not to get too caught up in achievement, but to reorient around our mission and who we are becoming along the path to achieving it. So before we go today, I want to give you a quick checklist as you head into your holiday break to really think about how you can get back to the basics in your own business and life. The first idea is to really think about what is your mission, vision, and values. These will truly underpin every single aspect of your business, the decisions you make, and the people you build with. I do not care if you have the most quote unquote successful, productive, and profitable business in the world on paper. You will not build sustainably and joyously if you're not clear on what you are creating and who will be able to help you get there. Number 2, are you taking true accountability? If you're finding yourself stuck in a plateau or facing the same problem repeatedly, you're likely trapped in a mindset landmine. What beliefs do you have that are keeping you stuck? Change your mindset from excuses for why you can't have what you want to reasons that you have not taken the uncomfortable steps, had the difficult conversations, or hired the help to support you through this process. If there's one thing I have learned through my path of growing my business is that taking accountability is the path to freedom. It is the path to having answers and to not being stuck and feeling like you can't get out from under something that is out of your control. Number 3 is to evaluate the cost of climbing the next ladder. Remember, every up level will require a new version of you. It will require sacrifices. Getting up earlier, grinding out red-A flights, stepping on stage out of your comfort zone, sharing a bold opinion, finding a new inner circle. What are you willing to give up? What kind of inner work are you willing to do? Number 4 is to stop trying to find more time. Instead, eliminate distractions. So getting back to the basics means unraveling the complexity you've created in your business, catering to too many types of clients or customizing too many procedures, being too available and responsive, jumping on social media every hour of the day, allowing reps to barge into your practice unannounced at any time. Use the 80-20 rule to hone in on the things that are truly driving results and eliminate the rest. And finally, number 5 is to create a leave behind list. So actually create a list of all the things that are no longer serving you that you are going to leave behind in 2023. Who is going on this journey with you? Employees, vendors, partners, friends, colleagues, clients? What mindset shifts can you make? What boundaries do you need to put in place? Write these down on the left side of your paper, and then draw a vertical line, and adjacent to each leave behind, write down what that open space will mean for you. What will no longer having that in your life allow you to create? What space will that create for you? What kind of impact will you be able to make? And who will you become? As we head into this holiday season, I really hope that you take some time to not just plan for your future in terms of what you want to accomplish, but also plan for what you're willing to give up to get there. Getting back to the basics with team, with your systems, with your habits, perhaps with your business model. It won't be easy, but it'll be critical if you want to grow in a way that is deeply fulfilling and that is joyful along the entire process. My wish for you is that you build a business that nourishes you, not one that depletes you. And please don't do it alone. Get the help. Get out of your head and into an environment where the pathway is straightforward and well-defined. Let me be your guide. Okay, leader, I hope this has given you some food for thought. And as usual, my team and I are ready and eager to get our eyes and brains in your business to help you make 2024 your most epic year yet. Head to klcconsultants.com, or you can link up in the show notes and schedule a no-pressure discovery call to learn more about ways to work with us next year. And per usual, I will chat with you same place, same time next week. Listen, leader, if you're vibing with me here, hang tight, because I have a brand new resource for you. You are a successful, confident, powerful woman who just isn't into being average. No, you have a calling, and part of that calling is requiring you to level up. And I know that if you're working across the next $1 million milestone in your business, you need to be in the right circles. And perhaps that's why you found us. I'd love to invite you to join The Blueprint, a weekly resource for inspired, provocative thinkers who are taking this conversation to the next level. Get access to free business tools, podcast supplements, guideposts, and direct communication with me and my expert team. And of course, a masterfully curated circle of women making big moves and disrupting the status quo in aesthetics and wellness. You can link directly through the show notes or head to klcconsultants.com/blueprint. It's time to elevate. See you there, goddess.